There's a quiet war happening inside of you, a battle between who you are and who you want to become, between the world you see and the world you dream of, between the current version of yourself that doubts, hesitates, fears, and the version of yourself that already lives the life you desire. That war is real. That struggle is part of the process. And if your goal feels impossible, if it feels unrealistic, that doesn't mean it's not meant for you. It just means you're standing at the beginning of something greater than you've ever known. Let's be honest. One of the reasons why your goal feels so far away is because you've never experienced something like it before. You've never seen it up close. It's not normal in your world. Maybe no one in your family's done it. Maybe no one in your city talks about it. Maybe nobody around you believes it's even possible. So naturally, your mind starts to doubt. Your subconscious starts to whisper things like, "Who are you to want that? That's too big for someone like you. Be realistic." But here's the truth. Just because you've never experienced something doesn't mean it's not real. It just means it's not part of your current environment. Your world has conditioned you to see limitations, to lower your expectations, to believe that only a certain type of person gets to live a certain kind of life. But that belief, that's the real lie. And the longer you let it sit inside you, the more it eats away at your dream. You weren't born to shrink yourself to fit into the version of life that was handed to you. You were born to grow, to evolve, to reach for something bigger. And it's okay that it feels uncomfortable. It's okay that your goal feels unrealistic. That's how you know it's real. That's how you know it matters. The dreams that feel impossible are often the ones most worth chasing, because they stretch you. They break the limits of what you thought was possible. They push you to become someone you've never been. And yes, it's hard. Yes, it feels like no one understands, because when you're in an environment that doesn't align with your goals will feel like fiction. When you're surrounded by negativity, by limitation, by people who gave up on their own dreams, you start to wonder if maybe you should give up too. But don't. Don't let your surroundings define your ceiling. Don't let the noise of the world drown out the voice of your vision. Your environment is temporary, but your purpose is not. The people around you may not see your vision, but that doesn't mean it's not real. Some of the most powerful dreams in history were born in silence, in isolation, in the middle of nowhere. Greatness has always come from people who refused to be defined by their environment. People who chose to believe in something bigger, even when there was no evidence of it in their current reality. Think about it. If the world around you matched your dream, you'd already have it. The gap between where you are and where you want to be is meant to be uncomfortable. That discomfort is your invitation to change, to grow, to rise. But what most people do is they feel that discomfort and they run from it. They interpret it as a sign to quit. But that feeling of misalignment, that pain, isn't a sign to give up. It's a sign to keep going, because it means you're moving. It means you're not settling. It means you still believe. But belief without action is just daydreaming. You have to move, even when it's hard, even when you're tired, even when your mind screams that it's not working. Because here's what they don't tell you. Your subconscious mind isn't your enemy. It's just trying to protect you. It's trying to keep you safe. It's repeating what it's learned from the world around you. So if all it's ever seen is failure, disappointment, and limitation, that's what it's going to try and recreate. Not because it wants to hurt you, but because it thinks that's what's normal, that's what's safe. So when your subconscious tells you to give up, it's not evil, it's just misinformed. And you have to be the one to rewire it. Not with empty positivity, but with action, with evidence. Every time you choose to show up anyway, every time you take a step toward your goal, even when it feels hopeless, You're training your mind to see a new version of reality. You're proving that something else is possible. You're changing the narrative. And that takes time. That takes patience. That takes consistency. But most of all, it takes faith. Faith not in the world, not in other people, but in yourself. You have to believe in yourself even when no one else does. Even when your track record is full of failures. Even when your circumstances are screaming at you to quit. Because giving up is easy. Anyone can quit. But choosing to stay in the fight, choosing to believe again and again, day after day in the face of doubt, that's what builds the kind of strength that nothing can destroy. This journey will test you. It will push you to the edge. And yes, sometimes it will feel like too much. Sometimes you'll break down. Sometimes you'll question why you even started. But that's not a sign of weakness. That's part of the process. Every person who's ever achieved something great has faced that same wall. The only difference is they didn't stop at it. They didn't turn back. They climbed it. They broke through it. They refused to let it be the end. So don't mistake difficulty for impossibility. Don't confuse discomfort with danger. You're not broken. You're not lost. You're becoming. And becoming isn't always beautiful. Sometimes it's messy, sometimes it's lonely, sometimes it's painful, but it's always worth it. Because every moment you refuse to quit is a moment you rewrite your future. Don't let negative people steal your light. Don't let their fear become your reality. Some people will project their own limitations onto you, not because they want to hurt you, but because they can't see past their own pain. They gave up on themselves, so they don't understand why you're still trying. That's not your problem. That's not your burden to carry. You don't need their permission to be great. You don't need their validation to keep going. Your dream was given to you for a reason, and that reason is not up for debate. So protect your energy, protect your mind, protect your vision. Not everyone is meant to come with you. Not everyone will understand. That's okay. You're not here to convince them. You're here to become who you were always meant to be. And that version of you, that future version, they're waiting. They're watching. They're cheering you on. Every step you take brings you closer. Every day you keep going, even when it's hard, is a day that builds your legacy. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to know how it's all going to work. You just have to take the next step, and then the next one, and then the next. One day you'll look back and realize the goal that once felt impossible is now your reality. Not because it was easy, not because everything went according to plan, but because you refused to give up when it mattered most. So let this be a reminder. It's okay to feel like your goal is unrealistic. It's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to not have it all figured out. But don't stop. Don't settle. Don't listen to the voice that tells you to quit. That voice doesn't know what you're capable of. That voice doesn't see the fire in you. But I do. And one day, the world will too. Keep going. You are not done yet. You're just getting started.